Good morning. Good morning. Give me just a second to pull this up on my phone. All right. Oh, I almost forgot something. Hold on a second. All right. All right. So, how are you doing this morning? All right. I think I've got everything up and running. And I'm looking, my hair looks kind of odd with this. I just changed the light bulbs in my ceiling fan, and it looks kind of odd, but it's okay. It's okay. Good morning, Wendy. How are you feeling today? And I'll be honest, I don't know if it was great empathy for what you're dealing with or whatever, but yesterday, I don't know. It was another day where I felt so tired. And I ended up taking naps, and I don't normally take naps. And then last night, it was like I took the dog out and it was 8:30, and I said, okay, I've had it. I've got to go to bed. And so I went to bed early, but I woke up this morning feeling so refreshed. So I know I must have needed that extra sleep because it was amazing. Oh, good. You're feeling pretty good. I'm so glad to hear it. So for anybody that is watching and listening, Wendy came home from a cruise and has COVID. Her husband had COVID and he's better, but now she's got it. So they're playing the share game. Hopefully they won't share anymore, right? All right. So today we're going to be talking about our comfort zone. And, and it's funny, like I said, I went to bed early last night. So tired last night, crashed early. See, that's how I felt. So I thought I even thought I must be channeling some empathy for Wendy because I don't know why I just feel so tired. And then yeah, it's just empathy. I'm not I don't think I'm sick or anything because I feel fine today. It was just so tired yesterday. But like I said the other day, I've been burning the candle at both ends for quite a bit. Hello, Erlan. Nice to have you here. So today we're talking about the comfort zones. And what I was going to say was I went to bed early last night, right? And I woke up and this affirmation was in my mind. So I got my phone out, put it in my notes, and I just called to, who, Siri, to put it in my notes because I just didn't have the energy to go write it down or do anything. And this, good morning, Thompson. And so in the middle of the night, I woke up with this comfort zone idea in my mind. I have no idea why, but I decided that there must be a reason. So I'm going with it today, right? So this morning, I took that affirmation that came to me in the middle of the night, and then I created the journal prompt to go with it. And so now that Thompson's here, I want to make sure to remind you all that there is an event coming up on Monday, and that is Thompson. She's going to be talking to us deliciously about how to make more money and pay less tax. And there's not a person alive that I know that doesn't want to know how to do that. So you definitely want to be there. It's if you want to go to the event section in the group, and then you can register to be part of the event. And so if you're watching from one of the other platforms and you're not part of the Stand Up and Stand Out community, make sure to ask to join. And all you have to do is go to VickyPoole.com, VICKIEPOOLE.com, and you'll be prompted to answer some questions. And in order to get admitted into the group to become a member, you have to answer all the questions. And that's a hard, fast rule. So there's a couple of people that are in there right now that are looking to be admitted, but they haven't answered the question. So I've messaged them, and They have another couple of days to actually go ahead and answer the questions. And if they don't, I just delete them out and then they can ask another time. But definitely, yes, it is very juicy and delicious, right? And so make sure that you answer the questions and ask to be part of the group. And for anybody that's in the group now, if there's somebody that you know that would really benefit from being in the group, send them an invite. But what you do when you ask them, you tell them, I'm part of this group and I think you would really love it. Here's the link. Make sure answer the questions, because when we have people, I've had this happen before, people just send them an invite and people don't pay attention, or they don't realize that they really have to answer the questions to be a member. So help me out a little bit there. I would love to have your friends, your family, whatever it is, to be part of the group, but make sure you tell them to answer the questions. All right, so let's just go ahead and jump onto hold on. You know me, I got to copy and paste stuff. All right, so let me paste. All right, so our affirmation is, stepping out of my comfort zone is my guiding compass. Now, what does that mean to you? Does it feel like anything? Because we're always, I don't know. I can't speak we are always, but I used to in the past, if I was getting close to being outside of my comfort zone, I looked at that as a reason to step back. And because it was so uncomfortable and so unknown, and the thing that would be happening to me is that I wasn't seeing a lot of people doing the same thing. And that's what's so great about the group, is because we're all stretching and growing and becoming, right? And when there are people around you that are also willingly and knowingly wanting to step outside of their comfort zone, it changes the way it feels. And so your compass can be, if you start thinking about doing something and all of a sudden you get that thing of, oh, I don't know, then that's your compass saying, maybe it's time to stretch a little, right? Because we don't get to, good morning, Carrie, good morning. We don't get to places that we want to in our life by staying inside our comfort zone, by staying inside our box, right? Life begins outside of your comfort zone, yes. And the thing is that, a lot of people live in this dire fear of the unknown. And that's our subconscious mind trying to protect us all the time, right? And when you go back to looking at, when we were cavemen or whatever, the comfort zone kept us alive, because if you stuck your head outside, or if somebody in your tribe stuck their head outside of the cave and a saber-toothed tiger swiped them up and took them away, then your comfort zone was to do certain things before you stepped outside, right? So it protected you and it kept you alive. And so, but we live so much we've had an experience in our life that was uncomfortable, and then we get to something that feels similar, and then we do nothing because our subconscious is thinking it's keeping us alive, but it's really keeping us stuck. It's keeping us in our old paradigm, our old idea of life and what's acceptable and what we're worth and what we're capable of, right? But we are capable of so much more. And I know it's, for me, there have been a lot of times that I didn't make a move because it was so far outside of my comfort zone, right? And so I'm not asking you to jump off the cliff by any means, because, some things are too big a stretch. And that's when we might start moving, but then we get so scared. Our subconscious mind says, wait, that feels like it's a dire thing. It's not going to work. People are going to laugh at you. You think it's going to work, but it's going to backfire and you're going to be worse than you were. And it'll give you a litany of all the reasons why you should stay where you are. But the beautiful thing is, if you can move Like one of the things we talk about all the time in this group, right? A 1% change every day creates exponential growth, right? So we're going to grow outside of our comfort zone. And, some people where they're ready to leap. I know there have been times I've just done this major leap, right? And people do that. I've done it before. The thing is that sometimes that leap causes major stress because you're jumping so far ahead, and sometimes that can kind of backfire a little bit, and that you retreat back into your comfort zone. So we want to do things in a way that helps us to stretch but not retreat, right? Does that make sense? So let me look over here and see what's happening. All right. Well, I see Sandra has joined on Instagram. So thank you for being here. Oh, Thompson Holy, yes. I know. It's like I said, I woke up in the middle of the night with this affirmation in my mind, put it in my notes because obviously it was something that was going on within me thinking about, right? That just unstuck my mind. Oh, beautiful, beautiful. I love that, Thompson. And so let's go ahead and dive into our journal prompt and see how we feel about that. Okay. So give me a second. I'm afraid it might be a little long. Let's see if this will show up right. Damn it. Hold on a second. Give me just a second while let's see if I can paste that back in there. All right. Let's see if I can reword this a second. Whoops. Give me a second. Just talk amongst yourself for just a minute. Let's see if that did it. Nope. Doggone it. All right, I'll just take that word out. Let's see if that helps. All right. Where in your life? Okay, I'm diligently trying to get it to be where it's shorter and it will all show up there together. All right, there we go. All right, so here we go. I had to take the word journal prompt off of there in order for it to work, and a couple of other things. But where in your life, oh, wait a minute, where in your life, oh, doggone it. Let me redo that one. Will it show? Okay. Well, I've got it misspelled here. So hello, Wendy. Hello. Or I've got an extra word in there. It doesn't matter. Where in your life do you feel most comfortable? So where are you in your comfort zone now? Right? Because one of the things that is beneficial is if you know what your comfort zone is. And I know Stacy Lauren, which a lot of you know, she has this little drawing of the comfort circles, depending on what we're working on, whether it's find your voice or start a podcast or write your book, whatever it is, there are things that you're comfortable doing, and then it expands out from there. So kind of look at your life, whether it's you're looking at your relationships, your business, your finances, whatever it is, where are you wanting to work? And then just identify what that comfort zone is that you're in right now, right? Where are you the most comfortable? And then you take that a step further and look at what are a specific actions that you can take that are just stepping right outside of that comfort zone. So like when we talk about because we got Find Your Voice coming up soon. So when you think about Find Your Voice, then it was like your comfort zone might be for people who have not really been out and vocal and are a little intimidated to speak out or go on video. Their comfort circle might be just doing a voice recording, right? And then the next comfort circle would actually be do a video recording. And then the next one would be doing a live video. And then the next one might be talk to someone, do a live video with someone you know. And then the next one is a live video with someone you don't know. So that's a stretch, right? Each one's just a little step past the other. So when you're looking at whatever it is that you're wanting to do, I know some of the people in this group are wanting to be confident and able to get up on stage and talk and be confident that they're going to have the right words that for whatever it is that they're wanting to talk about without it being actually, majorly scripted and all of that stuff. It's diving into your intuition, right? So maybe their comfort circle right now is that they can get on a live video and they can talk, but they still have a lot of notes, right? So the next one would be they can do a live video with just a couple of bullet points. Then the next one was they do a live video with no script, no notes, no anything. And then they go from there as being able to get up on stage and talk with a few notes, and then get up on stage and talk with a couple of bullet points. And then they get up on stage and they talk with no real agenda other than share their story, right? And so where are you in your comfort zone? So does anybody want to share? Mine was doing a live video, a huge stretch for me. All right. Thank you, Sandra, for sharing that. And so that was a huge stretch. So does that feel like that's your comfort zone now that you've stretched into that? I actually did a live video with notes. Next will be with bullet points. Yes, yes. So it's recognizing that it's just a touch, you don't have to slam up onto the stage with no notes, right? It's beginning to acclimate your body and exercise that muscle, because once you see that you can do that it's like, wow, I'm more amazing than I thought, right? Carrie, learning to think outside the box to develop an online business. Yes. Ooh, I love it. So has anybody else got a stretch goal that they have right now? Teaching myself AI. All right. Well, you might want to check in with Wendy McDowell. I can't remember, were you on the live? I can't remember. Were you on the live with her when we did the thing the other night? Because she was showing us a little bit about AI. Okay. Well, go and watch the video. And then if it's something that you want her help with, just ask her some questions, reach out, because she loves doing that. And it was so much fun. And I got introduced to the video portion of AI through her, and are the photo artist, whatever the hell, right? But it was like she said a few things that really opened up some ideas to me of things I didn't know. So watch that if you get the opportunity, and then reach out to her. And then I work with ChatGPT just on the some of the posting and different things like that, I get help. And so I know a little bit, but there are so many different things that we can do that will help us with that. So it comes down to being able to give it the right prompts, right? And I've done a lot of little small classes over time to get a little bit more acclimated to how that works. Yeah, you had your grandson. Aw, sweet. All right. So, what are some specific actions that you can take today to move just outside of that comfort zone? All right. So, Sandra, you'll have to keep us posted when you do a live video with just a few bullet points and see how it feels, and then how you move on from there, because um, it just feels so cool to not have all that dependency on the thoughts that you think you want to do, and to kind of be open to, I'll just let this flow. And will it look exceptionally polished to some people? Maybe not, but it will to the people that are wanting to work with you, right? Because one of the things that I've discovered, I don't know how you guys are, but I've had a few people that I've followed for a while, and all of a sudden they look so friggin' polished that I couldn't connect. I couldn't see myself in doing the things that they were doing. And it was like I had to find somebody else. And so sometimes you can get so polished and so good at what you do that you have a different following, right? And maybe that's what you want. I don't know. But people have gotten to the place now where they are, I can speak for the people that I know. They've gotten to this place where they don't want someone who's standing beside the Lamborghini and showing you their pile of money. They want someone who's being authentic and honest and going through the journey, not someone who's at this pivotal place at the end, because sometimes that feels like it's made up. Sometimes it doesn't feel like that's really them. And it could be that it is, but they haven't let us in to see who they are. No, right? And so people have really gotten to this place where they want to know who you are. They want to know your soul. They want to know how you feel about things. And when you're vulnerable and when you're unsure and you don't know. And I'm the first to tell you, I don't know everything, right? And I have had a hell of a journey over my life. And have I always done it right? No. Is there really a right and wrong? No. And so I just share with you what works for me, and then how I have gone outside of my comfort zone and how that's really has opened up things for me, right? Because for those that aren't aware, my podcast was created because I felt like I'd spent my whole life really filtering who I was. And I've told the story many times about when I was dating this gentleman and we were at the mall, and this music came on and he starts dancing and singing, and he was fun. He was so much fun. And I wanted to participate in that fun, but it was outside of my comfort zone because I was always worried about what someone else would think if they saw me act that way, right? And so I did nothing. And what really opened that for me at one point was I went to this retreat in Sedona, Arizona. And while I was there, we did these drum circles. There was so many things that we did that we connected with who we were, right? And I didn't know a soul when I got there, not one person. I didn't even know the person that was facilitating it. I had been following her husband. And when he said his wife was doing this, it was like, I'm going. So I went. And so I didn't have anybody there that I felt would judge me because they didn't know. They didn't know me. They didn't know anything about me. Nothing, right? So I was just having fun. And then we were in this car going on to one of our hikes in the morning. And there were four of us in the car. There were a whole bunch of cars in line. So Patty, the facilitator, was going from car to car to make sure that we had the GPS coordinates so that we could, or address, so that we could get there if we ended up getting separated or whatever. And I was watching her going from car to car, and it was cold outside. She had this blanket around her, but she was doing all this stuff and she was so much fun. And I was just in awe of her all the time. And when she got to our car and she talked to us and then she went on, I said, oh, I would love more than anything to be like Patty. And everybody just kind of stopped and looked at me. And then they busted out laughing. And first I was offended. And I said, why are you laughing? And they said, because that is you. You've been that way the whole time. And that's when I realized that when I wasn't worried about somebody seeing me or somebody making fun of me or judging me, I was being me. And so I wanted to be Patty, and I was Patty in that freedom place where she was just moving and doing and being. And that just was like, poof, right? And am I always that way? No, because I still fall prey to that not wanting to be judged, right? So it's not like it's never there. It still pops up occasionally. But now I can say, okay, I see you and I'll call you on it. And then I can move forward, right? And so there are times when I get on and I feel, I can feel a little bit, judge is not the right word, but if I feel sometimes I'm supposed to look and be a certain way. And, and then I will breathe. Like before I get on here, I say a little mantra, a little prayer, God, give me the ability to serve the people that you put me here to serve and serve you in the same time. Give me the words, give me the phrase, give me the ability. And then I start. And so that it's like that just kind of releases me from, it's not all me, right? It's, if I'm here to serve people and I let me get in the way, then I'm not serving. And so that's how I kind of get myself out of that place, is I release the judgment of me and put it more on how can I serve you. And so I don't know if that helps anybody. Thank you. It's very encouraging. Oh, good, Sandra. Good. I'm so glad. And, like I said, I'm not perfect by any means. I still pop into those places from time to time, but I have the ability now, from all the things that we've done together and that I've studied and learned and read, that I can help myself stretch out of that comfort zone and not be so held back by the judgment. And the thing that's interesting really is it's not so much that others judged me, but when I wasn't doing what I saw others doing, I judged myself, right? I don't remember anybody really chastising me for saying or doing anything. Maybe they did, and I just don't remember it. But I felt like I was judging myself, just comparing myself to others. And so if I was acting differently, then I judged me. But it's interesting because when I was little, oh my gosh, I was a ham and a half. And the videos from when I was really young, it was like, it didn't matter what was going on. If my dad had the movie camera out, I wanted to get in front of the camera and I would photobomb all kinds of things. And I'd be making faces and dancing or doing anything I could to get in front of the camera. But over time, I got where I didn't do that because I was afraid that wasn't what you were supposed to do. And how many times have we made decisions and done things because, well, that's really not what you're supposed to do? So today is the day. that you step out of that comfort zone. You go, let's go. Let me see if I can even find it. So our affirmation for today, remember, is stepping out of my comfort zone is my guiding compass. So just see, where's your compass starting, right? So today's the day. We know now that by knowing where we are, whew, then we know how to move forward just a touch, right? But we have to evaluate and see what our compass is, where it starts, and then allow ourselves. Once we know that, it's like game on. We're going outside that comfort zone, right? And then, yeah, I've got to go in there and change this thing. Where in your life do you feel most comfortable, right? We're finding where that compass starts. And then you write about small, specific actions that you can take to move just outside of those comfort zones. And so you could even create your own comfort circles. I just talked about that. Go ahead and write it out. This is where I'm at. This is what feels good. And then what's the next step? What's the next step? What's the next step? Right? And then just see, once you get your comfort circles for you mapped out, right? Map them out, write them out, do a drawing, just a bunch of little circles, right? And then decide if it going into that next comfort circle feels like too big a step, do a half step. Whatever helps you to be moving, because moving outside of the comfort zone, even 1%, creates exponential change, right? Now, some of us want to move a little bit faster than that, and that's perfectly okay. You decide what works best for you. And you may think that 1% is all you need, and you do the 1%, and then it feels like, ooh, I feel like that's pretty good. I think I want a little bit more. And you may find that you can do a bigger step than you ever thought. Just play with it and see how that shows up for you today. All right. So how are you guys feeling about moving forward outside of your comfort zone? Oh, I see. I didn't even see this comment. So hold on a second. Let me move over here to my thing. Thompson says, for me, it's ability to connect with more people, feeling more confident because I'm okay with being more me and authentic. Amen. Yes, yes. So thinking about that, kind of share today, if you don't mind, what is your comfort circle movement? What are you going to do today to help you with that? And I know and just a reminder, everybody, Thompson is going to be talking on Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern. So go ahead and go into the events tab in the group. It is what's needed. Yes, yes. And step into the, okay, all of a sudden I lost my mind. Thank you, Wendy. Thank you. What was I saying? Hold on. Oh, I know. Go into the events section, and if you haven't already signed up to be in the live on Monday at 7 p.m., go in there and say that you're going to be there. It just gives us a little bit more idea of how many people are going to be there. And then that I may reach out ahead of time and remind you. I don't know. It just depends, because I don't have any automation set up on that kind of stuff. And sometimes it kind of falls back a little bit, and I may not do that, but make sure that you put it on your calendar and remind yourself that this is coming up and to be there, right? So anything that I sign up for, sometimes there's an automation thing that will put it in your calendar. But if not, I always stick it in my calendar and make sure that I remember that I want to be there. All right. So Today, well, Wendy, are you still there? You haven't even put anything in there about what we're going to say is our leaving phrase. Girl, falling down on the job there. All right. So I have been had so much fun this morning talking about this, and I'm excited to see you all stepping outside of your comfort zone and step out of your comfort zone today totally comfortably. Yes, yes. You're so good at this, Wendy. I've got where I rely on you. All right. So thank you, Carrie. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank all of you for being here. And I'm excited to see where this all lands for each of you. And if you want to share in the group, share in the group. And if you want to reach out to me for anything, definitely reach out in a direct message and I will get back with you. So I will. What is tomorrow? Tomorrow it was Saturday, and Saturday I actually have early clients. Let me look real quick and see what time this early client is. Hold on. I think I have to do this earlier tomorrow or late in the evening. Hold on. Let me look at this. Because sometimes, okay. I have 9:30 client. So I think I'm going to switch it tomorrow where I will do in the evening, and I don't know what time because let me think about this for a second. So normally I do 9 o'clock, but I have an early client that I have to get to. And I don't know if I'll be done till 5. So maybe I can go ahead and come on at 9, but it'll be a very short thing. Would it be better for me to come at 9 and do a short, or just to do it in the evening, maybe around 6 p.m. and we can chat more. So for those that are still on here, any opinion? Whoop, where did it go? All right, so I think what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to say we'll do tomorrow at 6 p.m. And then that way I will be, all right. So that way I will be finished and I won't feel like I'm rushing because I don't like to rush. And so I will see you tomorrow at 6 p.m. Eastern. Thank you, Thompson. Thank you, Wendy. Beautiful. And that way I will be I might be a touch tired. We shall see, but sometimes working with clients, I get energized. So we will see. But you have an amazing what did she say? What did Wendy say? Have an amazing step out of your comfort zone today, totally comfortably as you go through, right? So just figure out where your comfort starts, what your comfort circles are. And I would love if you do a drawing or anything of it, share your comfort circles. I would love to know what those are for you. And so I'm excited, and I'm going to work on that for myself today too. And maybe I'll share that out. Let me make a note of this, right? Create comfort circles and share. All right. I got it in my notes here. So sometime today, I will be sharing mine so that you can share yours. Okay. All right. So if you're watching the replay, make sure you put hashtag replay and play with us and answer questions as you're going along, just as if it was live with you. And I will see you guys tomorrow at 6 p.m. Eastern. All right. Mwah.